Hey guys, welcome to my new tutorial. Today I'm gonna show you how to create a cartoon character based on different reference photos. And we're gonna be creating a winter character because winter is finally here. I'm gonna show you my entire process, starting from choosing reference photos, then how to combine them in a sketch. Later on, we're gonna color the character, add shadows and lights, and yeah, that's it. So I hope you enjoy this video, and if you do, give it a like, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below, and let's go! So as I've said before, it's gonna be a winter character, and I had created a Pinterest board with different winter girls with scarves and hats and stuff like that. So I'm gonna save around 3 pictures for my drawing. I'm gonna use one as the main reference and pick some elements from the other ones. So I've chosen 3 pictures. I'm gonna put them here on the split screen. So this will be my main reference. I want to capture the pose, and I really like the scarf. And I like the hair from this reference. At this stage, I'm not really precise, but I know that I'm gonna draw long hair, not the same hairstyle as my first reference. So now I continue to refine the sketch and draw the features more precisely. I want her eyes to be open and looking at the sky. Maybe I will draw some snowflakes later. Face is the most difficult part to draw, so I spent quite a bit of time doing it, refining it and stuff like that. So next I open my reference for the hair because I really liked this hairstyle. I just tried to capture a few hair strands. This sketch is still not the final one. I'm gonna refine it one more time on a new layer, so that will be my final line art. I draw the scarf, almost exactly the same as I see it on the reference picture. All the time. I say it in almost all my tutorials that I flip the canvas horizontally and then I use the liquify tool to fix some parts. So I'm happy with this result, and now it will be the last refinement. So I just make the final line art, and I'm gonna skip most of it because it's kind of routine. I've already drawn the lines, so I just need to redraw them. And again, I use the liquify tool one more time to fix a few things. I want to add more volume to the hair. And I like it, so I merge all the layers. I want to draw some snowflakes. I'm not sure how it's gonna end up, but yeah, that's my idea for a winter character. And I've already chosen a color palette. It's not a fast thing to do, so I'm not showing it here. I can make a separate video on it. But yeah, I've made a rough color palette, so I just color pick it from that reference and I color my character. I create a layer for the whole silhouette of the character, and then I add clipping masks to add other parts like hair, eyes, scarf, and so on.
Every day is a struggle and a strife. Don't you agree? With beating hearts, we're still alive. There comes a time when all you have is who you love.
I always like to add a few loose hair strands, and they add a lot of movement and personality to the character. So I'm done with my coloring. I'm really happy with the colors. Now I'm gonna proceed to shadows. I add two types of shadows and they are both on different layers. The first one basically follows my line art because later I'm gonna remove this layer, and also moments of overlapping, like the scarf with the coat, the hair with the scarf, things like that. And the other type of shadows is softer, and I use a softer brush for it. Also, I always use the same color for all the shadows. I create multiply layers on the top of everything, and I don't need to create a new layer for each part, like for scarf separately or for the face. I just use two layers to create these types of shadows for the entire character. I don't follow the reference precisely, but I can see some parts where there are shadows. I will think that my light source is from the left side, so I create more shadows on the right side. And I usually work on the hair separately, so I don't add the shadows on the same layer as I added to the whole character. So I create hair on a separate layer and I add clipping masks and refine the hair. Usually it takes the longest for me and I have to create a lot of layers for the hair. So first I add dark parts of the hair. So when the dark hair strands are done, I move on to the lights and I start with the hair.
It's been 72.
I don't really follow the reference. As you can see, it's just to give me an idea, like for the first sketch. But when I color the characters, I usually don't look at the references so much.
What I got off the ground for something that matters to me. But what do you want? What's your biggest need? Every hour we spend together, then suddenly.
So as I've said, hair always takes me the longest, and I add more dark parts, more light parts, just to blend everything in and create more color variation. So it's not like I just add shadows and lights to the hair. It doesn't work like that, unfortunately. I have to refine it a lot and it takes a while. I also add some dark parts with the soft brush and also the light parts of the hair with the soft brush. Now I just add a few fun hair strands. I don't know how else to call them, but that's what I liked about the reference photo, because it has those kind of hairs, but of course less than I'm drawing here. I really like to add this kind of hair because it makes the drawing more cartoony and fun. So now I start to create the lights on the character, not only on the hair. Usually I do it with the add mode. So here I don't even look at the reference, I just imagine where the light would be. And the last part is adding details. I add some details, so some reflection in the eyes, for example. I forgot to add a few shadows, so I go back to the layer with the shadows and do that. And now I refine the hair again. I think I'm not gonna show you the whole process of this refinement because it takes so long and this video would be so boring if I did that. So I think I'm gonna skip some parts of it. But now it's starting to be how I like it. So there is enough contrast. There are you can see some separate strands of hair and you can see lights and shadows clearly. Then I try to choose what kind of background I want. I was struggling at first with the light or dark background and I ended up using a dark one. Then I added a few snowflakes to make it more magical and I added more light. As you can see, I added like this orangey light on her coat and some rim light on the edges of her clothes. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something useful, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.